Okay, here's where we are. I think I've said about 14 gazillion times that nothing in this building is square or plumb at all. And I want to put this top piece up right here. But this rafter starts on the outside of this wall, which is, this is the only thing plumb and square because I put it here. But as you can see, the 2x4 of the rafter starts on the outside and then slowly disappears and goes on the inside. And that's not cool. So I have to figure out how to square that up so I can screw onto that. And since none of this is level and square, figure out the angle on this side over here. So I'm going to do some measuring. I think I've got it figured, but I'll bring you back and let you know. Okay, I got some measurements, and I got a piece of plywood here. Now, I need a 43-inch width, and this is a 48, so I'm just going to cut the 48. And the highest point is 35 3/8. So I'm going to measure 35 3/8 and just cut it in a square. And then I got to figure my angle, because this post right here, it kind of curves in, so I know how much of an angle I got to cut. So I got to cut that angle, and then I got to screw a board across that crooked rafter so I can have something to screw into. And once I cut this angle, then I can cut the height from this side to that side. And I'm only going to go to that third 2x4. 1, 2, 3. Because I'm putting a window in the fourth one. And then I'll just have a small piece I got to put on the end. Okay. I got a little bump out on this top plate. I don't know if you can see where the 2x4 overhangs just ever so slightly. So I'm going to just take my wrecker saw and cut it. I'm going to cut it so enough so the OSB will slide in there with my wrecker saw. Let's see how that looks. It actually worked out pretty good. That's pretty good. What I need to do is mark where my 2x4s are. Let me get this board up here again. Now I do have a gap up here, and I'm going to put a 2x4 at an angle right through here so I can screw across the top and it'll take in that gap. Let me show you what I'm talking about. You see I have that gap up there where the 2x4 comes from here and then goes behind the wall. So what I'm going to do is put a 2x4 up there to block that in. I'm not going to film that because I have no way of keeping the camera where you can see it. I'll show you when I get it done. Okay, I've got that screwed in up there and that blocks that in. You know, I could probably use a little more right there. And I'll probably put a short one there. But we're good right there. I'm going to go on the outside and screw in right there. Okay, I believe I got that filled in best I can. And I have that screwed all the way in and down on each of the 2x4s. And I need that angle right there. However, I have that piece I cut at an angle. So I'm just going to lay it up there, figure out what I need to cut off, and cut it off. That should work. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. The lighting is not good, but I got that little piece up there. And I've measured the last piece, so I'm going to cut that and put that in place. Okay. Sorry I didn't film all that, but, you know. I have this window framed out. It ain't the coolest looking window, but I'm going to go get my sealing tape and seal around that and go ahead and put that window in. But this wall is effectively sealed. I'm going to seal it and then I'm going to put the house wrap on it and then I'll cut it and put the window in. So there's that. And that just leaves this wall right here. And when I get that done, I'll take the inside wall down. So, yeah. Okay. I think I'm putting a pin in this. Excuse me. Because I am exhausted. It's been 4 weeks that I've been sick, and I'm still just don't have my energy. So I'm not going to get up there with house wrap and staple all that and do all that. But we do have rain coming, so I just temporarily put the window in. And I stuck a little piece of wood there. It's not cut or screwed in, but that'll hold the, if the rain comes from this direction, that should help. So this is one last wall here, and then I can take this wall off. I am going to put a screw right here just to hold that in for the wind, and that way if the rain comes this direction, you know, it shouldn't get inside there. So I'm hoping to rent this out for the eclipse, so I'm trying to get it done, and I have wasted an entire month being ill. And I'm so over being sick. Sick and tired of being sick and tired. That sounds really familiar. Okay, anyway, I guess we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Well, peeps, after 50 gazillion cuts, and I still got a gap, this third wall is up. So now it's time to remove all that. I think what I'm going to do right now is just remove the insulation and the cardboard and leave the studs up. I've been out of town all day with Bobby Joe at doctor appointments and running around, and I'm pretty tired, so I'm going to pull out the insulation and the cardboard, flip the bed up to get out of the way, and I'll come back and show you what that looks like. Okay, there we go. Cardboard and insulation are down, and next step will be removing this wall and then house wrapping the outside ceiling and installing the window properly. And then I'll have to insulate, I'll have to put the walls in, you know, the inside, all that other, and figure out what I'm going to do for putting on the ceiling, because right over there I've got some paneling, but not a lot. So I really don't have anything on the ceiling. So I have to decide. We'll see what happens. But there's the wall that I will be taking down here very shortly.